Hello, good morning. Welcome to the live stream about March-chain mechanism. And today's topic is mainly about, here you can see in the page, the Christmas equation and Oracle equation explained in detail. About the first question, however, why does the March-chain need equations? Hello. So about the first one, why does March-chain need equations? We know that traditional blockchains, they only try to just deflate the market through the halve the tokens or burn the tokens occasionally. However, they're mostly of them, they're just passive. But our March-chain, what is different is that we just try to actively just deflate the market through the two protocols. That is very key important. So about the first one, Christmas equation. In other words, we can also say Christmas protocol. And every Christmas, there will be a 8 days window for everyone to join the Christmas equations here. So why it is every Christmas, not other time? We know that at each end of each year, this is the key time for the tokens, right? And let everyone know that every Christmas, our tokens will just need you guys to join the Christmas. We'll just have the participants to prepare them for better. And beside that, about the second one, why burn circulating supply? We know that the fixed number of the tokens, they're just fixed rate. However, if we just burn the circulating supply of the whole market, then it will just force the deflate the whole market, and which will just increase the price of the Mars. And of course, 80 days burn, of course, will just provide people a way to prepare for it. Because if you want to join the equation, you have to burn the 35% of the circulating supply of the Mars tokens. Some people, if your hash rate is too big, which means that you need some time to buy it or just to get some tokens to burn, then you can just join the equations. Once you didn't join the equation, you will easily be fallen behind, because what we give the people who join the equation, we're not giving something like the tokens. No, we're just giving the hash rate. So why do we give the hash rate instead of the tokens? Actually, our Mars tokens, we're just trying to actively just change the market. We just want to turn the liquid tokens into something in the long-term assets, which means that once you just join the equations, so the numbers of the tokens decreasing the market rate. However, the contribution rates, they're just increasing. So combining the two aspects, we can see that our Mars tokens, we're just trying to turn something short and instant, trying to turn them into long and assets. And beside that, we just turn the tokens into the hash rates. In the one side, we just deflate the markets, trying to increase the price of the Mars. On the other side, we also want to just build a long-term and sustainable ecosystem for every participant. So what is most important about Mars tokens? About the consensus. Yeah, Mars price is very well. Yes, I know that. And recently, guys, we will have many other big exchange recently. Our manager, they're just discussing with the different exchanges, and in several days, you will see that the price of the Mars will still increase, because there will be more big exchange. We'll just have our Mars tokens on the list. And let's continue our topic about the third one. Why reward the hash rate instead of the tokens? Right, so why did we just reward tokens after the protocol, but we just reward the hash rate? Because we just want to turn something that is the liquid tokens into something long-term assets, which also means that once you just get into our Mars tokens, once you burn the Mars and you get the hash rate, the network will just give you the block reward day by day. So stop being a short speculators, just trying to be smart in our Mars chain. Be a long-term investment. You will get more day by day. And you can also just create more accounts by yourself, which can give you more rewards. If the burn is not engine, the hash rate is the results. Let's go. Yes. I don't even get a token. please just wait patiently. Okay, our managers, they will just contact you one by one, because there are so many people, they're just waiting for the airdrops. So if you really have interest for the project, you can also contact me directly. And my name in the group is the Megan, Megan, Megan. You can also just contact me directly, and I can also send you Mars tokens directly. Okay, if you really have interest about this project, you can also just experience it after you just really just want to buy Mars from the KDX or any else. Just grasp the time, guys, because the price of the Mars will of course rocket day by day, and this is the lowest price now. Just grasp the time to get into the market. Uh, please do not just leave your address here, okay? If you really want to get the tokens, you can just contact me directly in the Telegram, okay? And just show the screenshots of the live stream, and I'll just send you tokens directly. Especially for those people, if you're just the first time to get into the Mars tokens. Okay, and anything about the two equations that you don't know, you can just type on the screen, and I see them. I just answer them for you guys. And let's continue the topic here about the third one, the oracle equation. So the Christmas equation and oracle equation, they are very special mechanism in our Mars tokens. With the two mechanisms, we just want to combine the time, the contribution rates, and discuss this together into two protocols. So that also means our Mars chain, we just want to just burn the tokens or just deflate the market actively, and it's totally depending on yourself if you want to join the Mars or not. So it's totally just free for every participant. And about the oracle equation, so how does it work? Combining with the Christmas protocol, our oracle equation, it also just won't deflate the whole market. Please tell us refer commission policy. Refer commission. Actually, when you after you burn the 10,000 Mars tokens, right? Then you can get some hash rate. If you want to get the referral, that is quite easy. It is based on the mathematics. If you burn the 10,000 Mars tokens, right? And then you can just get the hash rate, and you can also have the right to mint your own NFT. So what is the function of the NFT? You can just send your NFT to other people, and when the people you invite get your NFT, and he buys Mars tokens from the KDX, right? And he burn it, so you can get the 50% of the hash rate he buy. Which also means that once you get more hash rate, your ability to create Mars tokens every day will just increase. So which also means that the more contribution you do to the whole market, the more reward you can get. Yeah, that is the key. So if you want to get a referral, it's just based on the market. It's just based on the math. Okay. Why haven't I received a token? I've been filling out the form for several days. Just wait patiently, okay? Wait patiently. And there are some people, they're just dealing with it one by one, so it just takes some time. And also, you just have to be qualified for the condition. You know that some people, they're just their fans of the child have not just less than 100, so they have no qualification for the airdrop. And there are so many people, they just want the airdrop, they just want the Mars and sell them. So we're just scam them one by one. Are you from China? Yes, I'm from China. A portion of projects must discuss long-term vision, mission, but what are your short-term goals? I know our short-term goals recently, our manager, they're just discussing with some big exchange. So soon, in several days, maybe at least 1 week, you just see us in some big exchange, right? They're already just discussing. And there are some big exchange. They just find us and want us to be on their list. So which also means that our project is very promising in the future. And that is a recent aim. We'll have some big exchange. I'm not received a token. Okay, I see it. Please just be quiet. Okay, be quiet because they're so busy dealing with so many airdrops every day. What are you currently focusing on? The first step, particularly the diversion, it is always critical in the financial. I just tell you, Our recent goal was we just will just have the some big exchange on the list. Yeah, they're just discussing it. And recently we're also just doing the monthly airdrops activities. That is also the step here. I'm really been 60, still haven't been received anything. Just wait patiently. And if you really have interest, you can just contact me directly. You can find my username in the Telegram. I'm also in the MarsChain group in Telegram. Megan. Yes, thank you. And who are you in this project? I'm Megan. Megan. I'm also the admin in the group. Megan. MEGN Megan. And my username is Viger. Yeah. And let's continue about this topic here about the Christmas equation or equation here. We just said about the condition and the function of those two equations. In future, you guys will create an exchanger. Oh, that is quite interesting question. Maybe, but it also depends on the development of the whole team, right? So according to time, maybe in the future we'll just have our own exchanger. And you know that recently we just create our self talk, right? It is a MarsChain talk. $1 is price is possible. Of course, I answered the question here. The David, right? $1, of course. That is, of course, we will reach that price. And not to mention $1, the $10 is possible. $10 is also possible. Just be promising and be hopeful for our project. And I'm still very hope for our whole project. And I hope you guys, of course, have the hope for it. And if you really get into the mechanism, you will know that the value of this project is quite big because we created something different and created something new. So these things that those old blockchains didn't have. It really takes a lot of the value for a lot of the efforts for our team to create this new blockchain. You can see that we also have our white papers. You can see specifically about our mechanisms here. Continue the topic here about the Oracle equation. So what is the trigger conditions? We know that we already have one protocol here equation, Christmas. Every Christmas, it will just need the participants to burn 35% of circulating supply, right? So why would we create another one? Actually, the condition of trigger this equation is that when the price of the Mars tokens just retrace from ATH about 50% in 7 consecutive days, then this equation will be triggered. So it's just the function like the same with the Christmas equation because it also just try to need the participants to burn 35% of circulating supply in the market, which will also just deflate the market. So about the second question, why 50% downtown, not just any other numbers? Because we want to try to stabilize the whole. We just want to stabilize the whole market. If there is a little fluctuation in the market, then we try to adjust it. No, this will just affect the development, right? So especially when the price is extremely low, this just want to protect the price of our Mars tokens. You know that? So that is the 50% downtown. And third one, why maintain for 7 days? We know that if the price just below in about 1 or 2 days, we just adjust the price. No, that is quite scary because we know that the numbers you need to burn, it just scales exponentially, which means in the round 1, it's about 10 times, then 20 times, 40 times. So which means that the more hash rate you have, then you will have more Mars to burn. Sometimes when the big miners, when they reach some a big threshold, they will have no ability to burn the Mars because they have no more money or they cannot buy more Mars. Right? Because the proportion of the Mars need to burn is based on how big your hash rate is. So which also just prevent the big miners from monopoly. You know that? We know that this is the big problems of the old traditional blockchain and old tokens like the ETH, BTC, or of the tokens. They're just the one that they're just cornered by those big giants, big whales, and they're just monopolized by those big guys. But our Mars tokens, we just want to create a new place for those new miners. We just want to create a competitive and dynamic market for everyone. So that is very important. And that's the total difference between the old and the new blockchain. and we'll just create something new mechanisms for everyone to just to join. Okay. And this question, how the margin respond to market volatility? Yes, we know that. Sometimes when the price of the Mars just go very low, right? We can see that recently the price of the Mars they're just increase, right? We can also see the changes about the Oracle equation. The price of the Oracle equation is already changed. So sometimes if those big miners they didn't want to burn the Mars because they have so much hash rate, which means they have to burn so many Mars tokens, they needed to prevent it happening. How? Those big miners they will try to buy more Mars to burn, which will deflate the market, right? So the price of the Mars will also increase, which also just show the function about the protocol of the Oracle protocol here. How does this system work on Mars, Miss? I just about the two equations. They just want to combine the time, the scarcity, and the sustainability together into a protocol. Traditional tokens, right? How do they just increase the tokens, increase the price of the tokens? Sometimes they will try to use half the tokens or burn some tokens, right? But they're just passively, right? But our Mars tokens, we just want to actively increase the price of the Mars, which means that we just try to force the participants to burn Mars between the two equations. How? What is the benefits for you to join the equation? Of course, you have. Once you join the equation, once you burn the 35% of the circulating supply, hash rate will be multiplied in 10 times, 20 times, and 40 times. So which means that once you didn't choose to join the Christmas equation or Oracle equation, your hash rate will be easily fallen behind. And which also means that the efforts you do before or just be burned down, right? So smarter people, they will try to join the equations and they have to burn, have to deflate the market. So it is actively and it is totally depending on yourself if you want to join the market. You know that? Which event is coming? Recently, Christmas protocol will come, the Christmas protocol, because every Christmas it will just happen. So I just suggest you guys to store some tokens to join the equation for you the long-term contribution, long-term profits. Yeah, Oracle equation. Do you have any problems about it? It happened. Okay, the Oracle equation, why it happened? Okay, we know that the two equations, they just try to stabilize the whole markets. The common aim of them, they just want to stabilize and want to deflate the market. So here, the trigger condition of the Oracle equation is that here, once the price of the Mars tokens retrace from the ATH about 50% in 7 consecutive days, then it will be triggered. And the function and the way that it works, just like the Christmas equation, it will just let the participants to burn 35% of the circulating supply of the Mars tokens. Then your hash rate will be multiplied in 10 times, 20 times, and 40 times. So once if you didn't or stop to join the Oracle equation, your hash rate will also be easily fallen behind. That is quite terrible because you will not get any profits in the future. Others, their hash rate is so big, your hash rate is so squeezed, right? So I suggest you guys just to store some Mars tokens as much as possible because here the Christmas protocol will just happen. I hope we can find a way for all those who have not received the tokens or participants. We're just thinking a new way. You can see that. Recently, we know that there are some scammers in our project, so we'll just create some new ways. We create a private wallet for the new participants. And when you just receive the wallet, we'll just delete it totally. And as MarsChain's POC burn model create permanent hash power, how do you see the equation between the deflation network growth playing out long term? That is very good question. Actually, we know that it is based on the economics, right? Once you just deflate the market, the things that is more is less, then the value of it will be more. That is also the truth of our Mars tokens. Once we just burn the Mars tokens, then the number of Mars will just less and less. So of course the price will be higher and higher. You get it? I'm not receiving my airdrop. Just wait patiently, guys. Dear man, contact me. content creator program available. The content creator program, we can see that we just have the 2 times right before, right? We get the so good profits and we got a so good outcome. So maybe in the next time we will have another round of the content creator. Just wait patiently, okay? And if you want to join, just wait patiently. Mars system, he will share straight. What about the supply that is burned? I'm already confused about this system. Why are you confused about this system? The hash rate, the supply, Oh, I don't get what it means. When will Mars be listed? Why is my rank decreasing in the broadcast when I was tied to the first moments? I don't know. Maybe that's those people. They're just speak more, so your link just be decreased. How will MarsChain do? And those people, they're just click the stars for the live stream. Hey guys, if there are some guys, if you're really interested about the projects, if you haven't get your airdrops, you can also contact me directly and give the screenshots of the live stream, and I can just send you airdrops directly. If you really have interest about it, you can just contact here. I just let you see my. Wait, I just let you see my. You can just contact me directly in the Telegram. My name is Megan, MEGN Megan. I'm also in the MarsChain 5, the group in the Telegram. MarsChain will go live box at least subject to the official announcements. Maybe. But here I didn't get enough about it. But I know that recently we will have some other big exchange recently. That is for sure, because we're just discussing with a lot of the exchanges recently. So now here, although the price of the Mars just they're just increasing rates. However, it is still the low time of the price. Just grasp the time to get into the market. Okay. Which question? If I held Mars for a year, I'll be a billionaire or not? It just depends on how much hash rate do you have. The blackout, it depends on how much hash rate do you have. Okay. What's your Telegram ID? My ID is Evager Pine. I'm quite not remember it. Let me just see it and just show you for guys. Let me just find it and just show you guys. If you have any other problems, guys, if you have any other problems about the protocol, you can also just have them on the screen, okay? If I see them, I just answer them for you guys. Here, you can see that. Here, this is my username in the Telegram. What security measures protects the integrity of permanent hash power in the POC burn? Security measure? That is the least thing you need to worry, okay? The dying, you didn't need to worry about this thing, because we have our white papers and our math, we're just based on the anti-cyber system, and also we're based on the post-quantum security upgrade, which means that we're also just cooperating with the BSN team to just create the low cost and high mature ecosystem. You can also just check the data for the newest in the GitHub to see. And you can also see that our team every day we're just doing some efforts try to build and expand our community. And you can also just check Block Explorer in our mainnet. Okay, that is evidence that show that. So you don't need to worry about security, okay? It is based on it. I point out a few features that you like the most about the mechanism so you can compete with other competitors. Most about MarsChain. Compete with other competitors. What does you mean? You mean that all the participants compete, or our MarsChain compete with other tokens? What does you mean? Meaning? Give me specific information, okay? If you mean what are you most confident about your platform? The most confident about the platform is about our mechanism. Yes. And especially about the POC. I believe that you didn't see before there is any tokens just use the POC, right? Traditionally, they're just POW or POS. The POW and the POS, they're just something want to like you need the hardware, the computing power, right? There's something very expensive things, and the POS need to just have the too many stakes, right? But our POC, what we need is to just create a low cost and high efficient ecosystem. What is to do just to buy the Mars tokens, get into Mars, burn them, then you get the hash rate. The hash rate will just create endless treasures for you, right? And we also the two very special mechanisms here. You can see the Christmas protocol and the Oracle protocol here. Those two protocols, just unlike those traditional tokens, they just have the tokens or burns tokens occasionally to deflate them, to deflate the market, right? However, no, our Mars tokens, we are just want to actively burn the Mars tokens. It is totally depending on the participants, because once you join the equation, your hash rate will be multiplied in 10 times, 20 times. So why we just give the hash rate for the reward instead of the tokens? Why? Because we just want to create a very long-term ecosystem, and we also want to just turn the liquid tokens into something long-term assets, which means that once you join the Mars tokens, you get the reward, then you will get the reward endlessly in the future. You're welcome. How will MarsChain maintain decentralization as permanent hash power accumulation among early burners? You're welcome. If you have any problems, just type them on the screen and I see them and answer them for you, okay? If you have any other problems about today's special problems about the two equations, two protocols, you can also just ask me. And recently there will be the Christmas protocol recently, right? I sent my address and the screenshot. Thank you for the airdrop. Okay, I will just check it after I just end the live stream, okay? If you have any other problems about it, we can just discuss together. How does dynamic interact with the 100 benchmark to prevent early late inequality as... Oh, that is a very good question. We know that once you get into the market, there will be a mass dynamic the calibration, right? It will just ensure you can get your reward back in 180 days. So we know that with the hash rates, they're just increasing. So how can we, all the miners, get profits from the whole project? How? We know that once the miners get into the market, right, you enter the market earlier. You know that? Which means that you can get your profits faster than them, because whenever you get into the market, they're just the same. Can you get that? And once you get the markets earlier, the first one, the price of the tokens, they're just cheaper. So which means that you can just use the less money for the bigger hash rate. And the second one, once you get into a market, which means that if you just wait, right? So you can just get your tokens before than those new miners. And we know that the price of the Mars token, they're just increase. So maybe when you get your profits back with the price of with the increase of the price, right? However, you can just get your monies back, you know that. And you can also just try to keep burn the Mars and get the hash rate. Then you can get more profits in the future, which means that you can get more profits and earlier than those new miners. Yeah, I like who enter now will buy. Yes, yeah. Now when they get in the market, they will buy the Mars tokens. However, more for less tokens, right? They will spend more money for less tokens. Thank you. And if you have any problems, just type them on the screen. I just explain them for you one by one. And please just show hope and for our Mars tokens project. And I totally suggest you guys just get into the market as early as possible, because every day now the price of the Mars are just increasing. Not to mention that we will just appear on some big exchange, right? Those big exchanges just come to us and discuss with us voluntarily, because they want us Mars token to be listed on their exchange, because recently the price of Mars just rocket. They also see the profits and the promising future of the Mars tokens. I checked the price of Mars tokens and also the price of Mars is increasing. I think I should burn my token to receive more tokens in the future. Nice choice, very smart. Yes. And with the progress, I think that within next month each amount will be worth $1. Yeah, maybe also sure. But I need to tell you that the dairy drops, we our Mars chain tokens actually, our project or our team, we don't just want to the price of the Mars just increase very very fast. No, that is don't we want, because our Mars tokens we just build our contribution, build our step, build our road step by step. That is what we want. You know that? Yeah. How does Mars team connect to project vision? I think big exchange require higher registration. Uh, Yes, of course. The higher and the bigger the bigger is the exchange, so the fees will be higher. You don't need to worry about that. Our team we're just dealing with that. Don't worry about it. Yeah, and this is actually the first increase, the very initial start of the Mars chain. You can see that actually we're still in the very earlier stage of the whole project. So just show more hope and show more hope and for our project, you will get unexpected results in the future. How do the three core mechanisms create a positive economic flywheel? And okay, we know that the POC proof is just want to deflate the market, right? Because it tries to decrease the Mars tokens of the circulating supply. And combining here the Christmas equation and Oracle equation, what are their functions? They just want to form combine the time and scarcity and the contribution rate together into a very simple protocol here. It's just the requirement of them is that once if you want to try to join the equations, the condition is that you have to burn the Mars, try to increase the Mars tokens. And we still have another mechanism, that is the decentralizing pools, decentralizing mining pools. So what is the function of these pools? It means that it just want to ensure the growth of the whole community. You know that once you just send your NFT to others and let them into the market, right? And let them burn the Mars, get the hash rate, then you can get the reward from the network, which means that you will get the 50% of the person you invite about the hash rate. We know that the more hash rates, the more tokens you can burn, right? So combining the POC, Christmas equation, and Oracle equation, and here the last one grows, the decentralized mining pools, it just formed as our own Mars tokens, you know that? Which also mean that if we know that recently the outside market of the Web3 world is about a little fluctuating, right? But our Mars tokens, no. We just depending on ourselves. We can just create a self loop by ourselves. So it is meaningless for us to just depend on others, you know that. We're just depending totally on ourselves. It is very independent public blockchain, as we mentioned in our introduction to MarsChainCN. How does MarsChain ecosystem support users? Wallet, NFT governance. They're just also bind mainly on the mathematics, okay? They're just designed by our team. You don't need to worry about security of it because we also have our white papers. If you read it in detail, you can find out that. Why KTX exchange? Because we're now in the very early stage of the project, right? KTX actually it is rather small, and we know that everything it is just a double sword, right? The bigger exchange also mean the bigger risk. We now we're just in the very early stage of the project, so we choose to assume rather small exchange, which also ensure the security and the growth step by step of our Mars chain. Yeah, that is the reason why we choose the KDX exchange. Don't worry our Mars chain tokens, big exchanges. We're already discussing with some exchanges now. So already, guys, really would suggest you guys just grasp the time for the Mars tokens now. It's also rather in the low stage of the Mars tokens. Hi, good morning, guys. Thank you for joining this live stream today. I'm so glad talking with you about the Mars tokens today. If you have any other problems about Mars tokens, we can also just discuss together. And today's main topic is about here. Why does Mars chain need equations, Christmas equation, and Oracle equation? If you have any thing you don't know about the equations, you can just ask me. Yeah. When Mars chain talk launch, MarsChain Talk is already just on. There, you can just download it. It is already on. Okay. How does merchant proof of contribution differ from traditional POC POW? It just differ in the how does it work. You know the POW. They just need the hardware, the big hash power, the big hardware, big computers. So it means that you need to take a lot of efforts to get into the market, right? However, the POS, right? POS. It also just controlled by those big giants. The POS, it needed you guys to hold the assets for a long time, and sometimes it will just locks you. It will just abandon you for the right to sell or just hold them. Because sometimes you need, which means that you can just get your Mars tokens back under the stable hash rate of network in 188 days. Which also means that be smart, guys. You need just expand your hash rate. Then you can just get your Mars back earlier. Why do permanent burns make attacks almost impossible on Mars chain? Of course, impossible, because we know that you can see the real data in the blocks explorer. You can see that how big the hash rate of the whole network. If attacker wants to attack network, it just have to have the more than half. That is quite impossible. It is based on the data of the block. Okay, how does reward come on the win? After you just burn the Mars tokens and you get the hash rate, after 24 hours, you will see that how many Mars tokens you have. It is based on how many you put in. You know, how does that work? We know that based on the device mining pools, you invite others, you get the 50% of the hash rate you have, right? You can also just create yourself account, which means that it's just equal to you invite yourself. In other words, your first account, you can also get 50% of the hash rate, right? That is the same, which also means you can just earn your money back earlier if you just use the several accounts. How does merchant preserve author autonomy while ensuring on-chain transparency? You don't need to worry about it. The first one, the about the anonymity, don't worry about it, because we have the KYC to protect your security, and it is totally depending on yourself. Once you forget all the KYC, you cannot find your wallet anymore. Okay, so just keep your wallet and keep your KYC good. Okay, transparency, of course. We want to ensure the transparency about the every transaction. That doesn't mean we have the KYC of your wallet. Okay, the transparency is also, we can see that in the block explorer. You can just check if the person, how much hash rate do he or she have, or if he just burned the Mars tokens. That is all real and transparent. And no code or invitation link. Okay, you just ask a very key question here, the Hector Benz. How to invite? Yeah, that is very important. Firstly, you should know that you should contribute a lot or contribute enough to the ecosystem, then you can invite others. What is the right? What is the right? So how can you invite others? You should mint your NFT. Then use send your NFT to others and let others just receive the NFT. And once he receives the NFT and he buys the Mars from the exchange and burns it, then you can get 50% hash rate of the person you invite. But especially remember that you can only just burn mint your NFT after you burn 10,000 Mars. Okay, that is the basic condition for it to mint your NFT. That is the lowest entry. What's the difference between the Christmas product and Oracle product? When do they trigger? Okay, I'll tell you about the similarity. Firstly, those two protocol, they just want to deflate the whole market, because how they work, they're just like the same. They just want to deflate the market and just want to the participants to burn the Mars tokens. Then you can get multiplied hash rate, right? So what is their difference? How to get an NFT? Burn 10,000 Mars tokens, then you can mint an NFT. Okay, burn 10,000 Mars, then you can get your NFT. That is the basic condition. Continue our last topic about the difference about the Christmas and our core equation. About similarity, I just said about it, and about difference. The Christmas equation, we know that the Christmas equation, it happens every Christmas. It is fixed, right? So every year, it will just have the Christmas equation. And it will just give the participants to prepare it, to just hold enough tokens, then you can burn, then you can get the multiplied hash rate, right? So how about our core equation? It also just want to protect the price of the Mars tokens. When the price of the ATH price all-time high about 50% in a 7 consecutive days. Pay attention here, 7 consecutive days. And the especially is about 50%. So why 50%? Because once we know that it's normal for the price of the token, they just increase or decrease. However, when the price of the tokens, when they are low in a rather low threshold, then it will be triggered. It is just like the similar to the Christmas equation. It will happen like it will just need the participants to burn 35% of the supply of the Mars tokens, which also just try to need the increase of the Mars tokens, right? Once you just join the equation, your hash rate will be multiplied. If you, of course, you have the right to choose not to join. Of course, you have, but once you stop joining the equations, any of them, your hash rate will be fallen behind easily by others, which also means the efforts you do before, they're just worthless. So smart people, they will choose to burn the Mars tokens and join the equations. Yeah. Once the correct price of the, what is the correct price of the 10,000 Mars? Okay. 10,000 Mars tokens. We can see that recently the Mars tokens, it is about 10,000. Maybe about 100 U, 100 U maybe, 100 U, or because you can just count that, you can just see the price in the KTX. Okay, it is about 0. U. I forget the price of it. Let me just check about it. Okay. Then now the price of the Mars tokens. About the price tokens, yeah, nearly 100 dollars. Yeah. Do you want? Yes. If you want to buy the tokens and mint your NFT just as fast as possible, because later the price of the Mars tokens will just increase continuously. At that time, the price for you to mint your NFT is quite expensive and quite costly. Yeah, I'm back. Any problems, we're just open to discuss about it. Okay. Especially about today's topic is about why does Mars need the and about the trade condition, how that work. What metrics should investors and miners monitor to evaluate the health network? The health of the MarsChain network. Actually, of course, it is the stability and the consensus of the whole community members. That is also the reason why we create the two equations. The two equations just need the participants to burn the Mars. So what is the reward? We just reward the hash rate. Why do we reward hash rate instead of tokens? That is, we want to just create the balance between the scarcity, the growth, and the contribution rate together, right? Because once we know that, we just want to turn the, unlike the traditional tokens, we just want to turn the liquid tokens into long-term assets. You know that? We also want to just create sustainability of the whole ecosystem. I just sign up and no rewards. Why? No reward. Sign up. You just sign up. You need to have your own hash rate, guy. Hey, bro. The Hector, you need to have your own hash rate. Then you can get the reward. And if you want more reward, you can just invite others to join our Mars tokens. The price is increasing massively. It didn't. Of course not. Of course not. Okay. It just increase step by step. compared to other tokens, the speed of our tokens, they're just increasing slower, right? And it's just based on the contribution of every participant in Mars tokens. Mars APPU needs an upgrade. Yes. Sometimes our team will just upgrade the app because there are a lot of more and more data and more blocks every day. We need to just update it to make it just stabilize. How to get hash rate? Are you the newcomers, Hector? Are you newcomers? You can just buy the hash rate from the KDX, okay? Buy the Mars tokens and then burn the Mars tokens. You can get the hash rate. Buy Mars and burn them. You can get the hash rate. The hash rate will just create Mars tokens for you every day, which will just bring you endless profits in the future. How does the dual Christmas and the Oracle protocol act like an automatic immune system for tokens and network health? Like I just said before, those two tokens, they're just unlike the traditional tokens. They're just have the tokens or burn tokens sometimes to deflate to deflate the market, to increase the Mars tokens, right? They're just passively. However, our Mars tokens were actively, because once you burn the Mars tokens, the reward will be the hash rate, will be the multiplied hash rate, and the multiplied hash rate will reward you more every day. So smart people will choose to burn the Mars tokens. They will actively burn them and try to increase the price of the Mars tokens. You should drink a lot, madam. Thank you. I will just drink water after I end the live stream. And if you have any more problems, you can just have on screen, and when I see them, I just answer them for you. Can you see my clothes? Can you see my clothes, guys? This thing is really beautiful. The clothes here. Very Chinese, right? Very Chinese. If you have any other problems, you can also just type them, okay? I see them, answer them for you. Is it funny? I know that some guys who didn't receive the free airdrop. Oh, just wait patiently, okay? Our manager, they will just handle them one by one. Just wait patiently, guys. And if you really have interest for if you really have the interest for the Mars tokens, you can just go deep in your white paper and read them carefully. And if you have any problems or any confusing part about Mars, we can just discuss together. Thank you. I also think I'm shining. Maybe it is about the light problem. And to K exchange need KYC. Yes. In my memory, if you buy a small amount of the Mars, you don't need about the KYC. But if you buy a lot, you need the KYC. Which will just ensure that the security, you know, right? It really need the KYC. Just grasp the time, hey guys. The price of Mars will of course increase day by day, okay? If you have any other problems about the Mars tokens, we can just discuss together. Today's main topic is about here. You can see that the background, right? I just choose this as a wallpaper. Why does MarsChain need equations? Why does MarsChain need equations? How much minimum to buy? How much minimum to buy? There is no limitation for you to buy. Hey bro, can the price of the Mars touch? Of course. Don't need to worry about it. Of course it will reach. And to get the hash rate, there's no limitation for you to buy on the KDX. Okay, you can buy as much as you can. And if you want to, however, if you want to invite others to join, I suggest you at least buy $100, because once you burn 10,000 Mars tokens, you can mint an NFT and invite others. Then you can just expand your hash rate easily once you invite others to burn the Mars tokens. and grasp the time for the Mars tokens, the price is rather low, right? Will current hash rate always give us the same Mars token? That is a very important question. We know that under the stable hash rate, you will get your Mars tokens back in 188 days. However, the hash rate is increasing every day, which also means the numbers of the blocks, they're just increasing day by day, right? Of course, we know that the numbers of the Mars tokens is depending on how much you are just on in the whole network. How many parts do you have in the whole network? So, which also means your hash rate will be squeezed. The tendency is that the Mars tokens you can create is less and less. But don't worry about it, okay? Because the price of the Mars, they're just increase, you know? So you will also get your profits back. However, if you want to get more profits or get your profits back earlier, as like I said, be smart. Mint your NFT and try to invite others. Then you can just get more profits in the future. Verify material. Sorry, I'm leaving, but my eyes is on screen. Okay, bye. See you next time. If you're bye. Wi-Fi material, yeah. If you have any other problems, you can just type on screen and we can just discuss together. Hey guys. I suggest you guys now grasp the price of the Mars tokens is rather low. Just buy them as much as possible and burn them because you will get more profits in the long-term run. Is a 180-day ROI calibration the fairest mining mechanics ever created, or does it or favor in the subtle ways? It is fair for the both new and old miners, okay? Because whenever the old and new miners get into the market, you will get your Mars tokens under the stable hash rate. You will get your Mars tokens back in 188 days, right? But we know that is under the stable hash rate. But we know that, of course, every day you can see with the price of Mars tokens increase. Of course, so the people they were just getting into the Mars token will be more and more. So your hash rate will be squeezed, right? I truly suggest that be smart. Try to mint an NFT. Try to burn the 10,000 Mars and mint your NFT and send it to others. Expand your hash rate as much as possible. Or if you have enough money, you can just buy more Mars tokens from the KDX and burn them, get the hash rate, which will just create a long-term asset for you guys. I want to in the post. I am shy to ask. Don't be shy, okay? Don't be shy. Don't receive the giveaway. I messaged your admin so many times. I know that airdrop. But especially remember, I only give the airdrop for the new members, okay? For new members. Oh, I see. I'm also a little shy. Luckily, I'm not just talk in front of the real people. I'm just talking on the live stream. Or I will just be shy, of course. If you have any other problems, you can just type on the screen and I will answer them for you. Especially for those today's topic about the two protocols. Okay, and please don't forget to follow our accounts. And if you like the video, please show the love, and follow the account. Okay, thank you guys. Thank you for joining. I'm very happy to talk with you about the mechanism of the Mars tokens. Especially we know that recently the Christmas equation will be when will the giveaway ended? Actually about this we don't know. Maybe it will just last for a longer time. Beautiful man. Thank you for appreciation. If you love the video, please just show love for it, okay? I want to go to the toilet for a minute. You don't need to tell me, okay? You don't need to tell me. You can just go, okay? Thank you. Where do I find this kind dress? What you say about this dress? You say about this? About this clothes? Are you sure about this? It is very Chinese, right? Is it funny? hey guys, please store MarsChain to Mars. Please store Mars tokens, okay? Because the Christmas equation is just approaching. If you want to join the equation and just create more profits for you in the future, you need to just store the Mars tokens, because at that time you need to burn the tokens. Then you can join the equations. I suggest you right now, if you have the spare. If you have spare the token, just still store them, because you will just burn them to join the equations in the Christmas. And I like Japanese. Really? How do we catch up with large cryptocurrency like catch up? Actually, we don't need to. It just doesn't matter if we just catch up with those big tokens, okay? Because we have our own mechanism, or we have our own timeline. Although the outside market is fluctuating, while we're just unstable, we're just stable, and especially we're just increasing under so bad situation. But of course, it just show that we're just independent public blockchain. We're not unaffected by others, okay? We have our own timeline. We just combine the growth, scarcity, and the security together into a self-loop. So which also ensure the security of the whole MarsChain tokens. How does MarsChain POC compare to POW? Do you know that the POW, proof of work, the first one, you need hardware and especially expensive computer. Those just stop the small miners because they have no enough money to join this. We just want to create a more fair and more secure platform for everyone. We know that you can see the outside, the environment of the crypto server is quite unstable, which also show that the BTC and ETH, they are also affected, right? But our Mars tokens, although our price is low before, but it is our binge time, because everything has the two words, which mean that the lower the price is, of course I'm sorry, I'm just having some the network problems. You can ask any other question about okay country, because why a whole market is going down. Yeah, that is totally true. You can get that. Because we have our own timeline. We just formed a self loop by ourselves. You know that is also the quite positive aspects about us. We are just depending on ourselves. And of course, I'm really sure that our Mars tokens will be the bright star in the future. Please show more hope for the Mars tokens, okay? And the Mars tokens to the rockets. If you have any other problems, which is the next nesting listing exchange, about these problems, I cannot tell you exactly which one, but they're just quite some more famous one than the KDX. And there will be the several exchange, not only one, okay? How did this idea come? Because this is genius. This problem you will just ask our team, okay? The Chinese team. They designed this blockchain. I also think it is very genius, yeah. Yeah, really, it is totally different from those older traditional blockchain, right? That is also that why I show or hold the hope for the everything about the MarsChain tokens. Some people, they cannot accept something new, and they cannot just see the value behind the whole MarsChain. But smart people, especially like our leader, they just find it from the first beginning. They have a very bright eye for it. And I'm also believe that they have a very smart brain about this MarsChain. Is Mars available or on Trust Wallet? Untrust Wallet. The wallets, they're all just trustable. I don't know what does it mean. Are you in the CEO? No. I'm not the CEO. I'm just one of the members of our team. Yeah, I'm just the host and the admin. Mars users are crazy. I'm working with Mars as a users are crazy. Yes, of course. The smart people, they will just see the value and see the mechanism behind of it. Am I disturbing or flirting? Uh-huh. I've been involved in more crypto chains. I used to think crypto is new concept, but here we see the Mars. Yeah. Yes. That all just depending on the how smart of our Chinese team. I also just admire their concept. You know that the team, our Chinese team, they also just designed some famous tokens before. You know that like the author and the audience and the author, they're just designed by our Chinese team. They're quite famous, right? And if you have any other problems about the Christmas and the protocol and the Christmas about Oracle protocol, you can just type it on the screen. Otherwise, I'll just answer them for you. Thank you for appreciation for our MarsChain tokens. Hope everyone will just show a very positive attitude to our MarsChain tokens. Yeah. Hi. Good evening. Good evening. When is in your country, guys? When is in your country? Now it is about the evening. How about in your country? When is it? Which country are you guys from? Oh, language? Any other country? Any other country? I'm so happy to just talk with you about Mars future in here. By saying trust wallet, I mean other wallet, is it available like this? UA. Oh, UA. Okay. Oh, sorry. Of course, our wallets are just trustable, okay? Because we have the KYC to protect your security, and you can also just create the wallet. Countless. If you want to create many, you can just create as many as you want. Any gift providing this live mine maybe UAE. Okay. Hello. 这谁呀？这不是说的中文吧？Oh, Nepal. Oh, yeah. Hey, thank you guys. I'm so happy to just share with you about this lovely night. Do you still have any problems about the two equations here? Especially the Christmas equation and Oracle equation. Do you have still any other problems? Happy to see you. I'm also happy to see you guys. I'm also very happy to see you guys. And remember, store the Mars tokens as many as possible, okay? Because the Christmas equation, Christmas protocol is approaching, guys. Just remember to store the Mars tokens. You're welcome. 别闹了，别闹了，好吗？And we can see that because recently with the increase of the price of tokens, the price of the Oracle protocol is changing. Do you see that? They're just changing, which also means that once the price just is lower than the ATH, then the Oracle equation will just be triggered, which will also protect the price of the Mars tokens. Can I provide wallet address? What platform? What does it mean? Are you new members of the Mars tokens? We have the main platform in Telegram, okay, Telegram. If you really have interest about the project, I still recommend you guys to read the white paper of the Mars tokens, okay? And guys, just grasp the time because recently we'll just have the list on the Sunbay exchange. So the price of the tokens will just increase continuously. Try to buy the tokens as much as possible, especially in your very low time right now. Yeah, if you didn't have any other problems about two protocols here, I just end the live stream, okay? And I'm going to have fun. Okay, do you have any other problems? No? No? Then I will end the live stream. Okay? Goodbye, everyone. Goodbye. See you next time. See you in the next live stream. Love you guys. Love you. Love you guys. Love you. Love you. Love you.